morning, Squirrely Mamas.
Good morning, Squirrely Mamas. How are you doing today, Miss
I'm do
Doreen?
I'm doing fine, and you?
Pretty good. Feeling like I'm getting a lot done. Been on the road, so didn't have a lot of focused production this past week. Was on a roll and had a general outline, but yesterday and again this morning, and I'm going to continue working on my first lesson or my first course.
Right.
And I've got 6 weeks, one lesson a week,
Oh,
one
really?
module a week. Have pretty much the outlines done for each lesson. And now I want to create interactive audio, video or handouts for
Oh,
my lessons to make them more engaging. So I've got the script, but it won't necessarily be a script. I might make it into a quiz, might make it into a downloadable worksheet, or just an audio or video with the PowerPoint presentation. But
mhm.
I'm really excited about Kajabi. That is helping me. It just does almost everything for you. It's like the next steps. What's your title? What's your module? What's your lesson under that module? And so I'm just being able to create it
Right.
using other tools, Google Sheets, lessons, and principles from my life or other courses that I've taken to make it mine, the living real aloha principles and
Very
philosophy
nice.
moving
So
forward.
you're building the big course instead of building a mini course. You're just going for the big bang.
I am, because from that I'll create the mini and the handout and the free offerings and perhaps the challenge.
Okay. Very nice.
It's the
Very
big picture.
productive.
Oh,
Very what am I going to say? I want to say organized thoughts, but I don't want to say that. I want to, yeah.
yeah,
You have a plan
correct.
and you're taking it to action.
I can tell
Very
you that
nice.
the coach I invested in has everything I need right out now to make it happen.
Exactly.
Step by step, I watched her 90-minute tutorial on creating a course, step by step, with other students asking questions that I had,
Right.
didn't have to have because it went along, but
Right.
I was disappointed I couldn't participate in the live class. However, being able to watch the replay and work along, like watch the replay and now working alongside the replay while I'm doing it live, has made all the difference in the world for me in the last
Wow.
48 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Why would somebody
Very-
would want to take it? I don't know. I feel like I have, it's
Take what?
my course.
Oh, why would somebody want to take it?
Yeah.
Because planning end of life is something we don't want to face. And if we can do it in a simpler fashion without all the thinking and all the research, because who wants to do the research? If you provide the whole thing for them right there and
Yes.
then it makes it easier. And that's pretty much what all these courses are. It's, you end up down a rabbit hole of research, whereas they're providing you a framework to go down the list and get it done and move on with your life.
Oh my gosh. And, I continuously say my mess is my message, or proper planning prevents poor performance. And, all those things, catchy phrases that I love to throw at everyone, except for I need to apply them to myself.
Right.
Um, but I'm tired of learning. I want to be a doer.
Yeah.
I'll always be learning
Right.
from coaches, from my clients, from my friends and family and my own experiences, but I'm doing it. And that's the difference this time.
Well, I think because now you have a mission plan. You know exactly what you want to say. You know exactly who you want to talk to. And so now doing that, you're putting it all together. And
Yeah.
that's the key, right? Because if you don't lay the greatest foundation, then you're not ready to move forward
Yeah.
but then a mess is your mess and it can be
Yes.
messy and that's okay. And so if you teach what you know, so going, and I think that's where I land, because I kind of nailed down, I don't want to say I nailed down enough that I could say it in one full sentence, but I know who I want to talk to and what I want to teach, because I know a lot of different things that I can share. But basically, it's just simplifying your life in the most creative way. So because I'm Squirrely Art Mama and I'm all over the place, it's hard to hone it down. It's like, why hone down something that I am? You
Okay.
know, yeah. So I had a week of a lot of different emotions.
Oh,
Yeah. And I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, I definitely have things outlined that I'm going to write about. So I have the outline and I started like, okay, let me focus on a lesson. So I just basically have to pick one of the many that I have, different solutions, and try to provide a simple way of doing it. And then getting out of my uncomfort zone of presenting it in a certain way. So, being on video, this is really uncomfortable for me, but I'm doing it. And so being one-on-one and in a small group, I'm perkier. Whereas put me in a group of 100 people and I shrink. And that's really not me. But then again, it has become me, so learning, so just going through the process. So what, you want to say something?
I do.
Okay.
Okay. Are you open to suggestions?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Okay. What I heard you say in the very beginning was you know your audience and you know what you want to teach. And now you need a next step because you've got so many opportunities and possibilities to take what you know to teach someone else to monetize, which is really what we want to do. Share our knowledge and eventually monetize that so that we have the healthy income so that we can continue to do what we love, sharing our knowledge with others. Correct?
Right.
So the first thing that came to mind is you've got the first two steps down.
Yeah.
Know your avatar and know what you want to teach them. And that third thing is that product, or what does that look like? So maybe you start out with a downloadable worksheet, just one, with some of your ideas, and make that a free offering. And then
Well, I
there,
did create a worksheet yesterday.
okay, because don't
Yeah.
try to, so it's like you said to me, oh my, you went with the big picture, you created
Yeah.
the whole course. And that was my approach at this,
Right.
because I'm just putting it all out there and then I'll be able to break it down. For you, it might be easier to
Right.
start with a small step.
Right.
Because from that, you generate interest. Let me know what you think. How about create a 5-question quiz? I'm just doing a quiz to see what you all might be interested in, because you're working on building your email list, which is what I need to do next, which is that offering. And so it sounds to me, from everything that we've absorbed and learned and reflected on, that this might be a good way for you to start, is that one offering to help you identify what your audience needs versus what you're trying to decide.
Right. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. Um, I'm putting it, even though I know what you're saying. I don't know how to say the answer to that, other than I know what I want to write about. I know who I want to talk to. I know the larger courses of where it can go, but I do want to start small because I'm not ready to do the larger courses. So like you said, doing it simple. So
Yeah.
right now I'm going, building my email list, and because that's a big one,
And how are you
and
building it?
try and finding my audience, because that is the main thing.
How
How
do
am
you
I
build a
building?
list? How do you build a list without knowing your audience?
I write from my heart. And
Okay.
so from writing from my heart will attract the people that feel the same way I do, that struggle the same struggles that I do. So
Okay.
by doing that, those are the people I want to talk to. I could put it out there right now to an audience of people that are not really my audience. So why would I do that to them? I would want to, I'm not comfortable in doing that. Let's just put
Okay,
it that.
there it is.
Let me
There it is.
rephrase that. I am not comfortable doing that and I
Okay.
won't do it. And
Okay.
that's stubbornness and whatever else, but it is what it is. So knowing that, I have to try to approach it another way, because someone has said that to me several times. Just put it out there, and I just don't want to.
Hmm.
And I don't know what I'm fighting there. But
Well, let's get a lesson out of this. What's your lesson today?
what's my lesson today? You tell me what my lesson is today, because I don't, my lessons is stop being so damn stubborn, but I'm not doing because in the uncomfort, when you're uncomfortable, that's when you know you're right on the right path.
Excellent lesson.
Yeah, that's my lesson.
You're on the right path.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've come a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot. Yes. And you're learning a lot and you're loving your class.
yeah, I am. And
On
yesterday I did a mind mapping exercise to write down everything I got my hands into. Oh my God, talk about representing the squirrely art mama. I am all over the place. It is so all over. There is just,
So let's start from the beginning. Mind mapping exercise. What did that include? What is that?
okay, well, it was just trying to put everything in perspective for me. And so it was like, what does Doreen do? What is Doreen reaching for? What is she doing on a daily basis? What is your goals? What are you branching out and reaching into? So I just put my name in the middle and said, okay, who am I? So, okay, yeah, I work full time. I do this. This is the kind of, this is what I do at work and what, programs I work with and, the whole thing. I'm just learning about myself is basically, down there, down in the bottom, like groups that I'm involved in locally, and what I'm attracted to or what I've been doing on a daily. And then on the other side, okay, I'm working on my website, what courses I'm taking, so it's just everything that I have included in my bubble. So I learned a lot. I learned that I'm all over the place, but there is some, what's the word, that everything gels together, meaning that they're all similar in different areas, but like what I'm seeking and what I'm doing. And it's nice to see how much I've learned and how much I have, have I grown. I started doing the one from 10 years ago to see what I did. Huge world of a difference, but in courses and in things that I've been reaching out. However, it's where I was at the time and it got me to where I am today. And I see little common threads that reach to where I'm at now and the level that I'm at, which is really interesting. So
Good.
it's been a real interesting week, emotions up and down, but good. It came out, I came out on the other end. I wrote about imposter syndrome yesterday, and I'm committing to posting on a weekly basis again. So, and then I'm also including like a little prompt list that will help you through that process of like self-care, because it's definitely been helping me. So yeah, and it's just a matter of reaching out and just doing, like you said, doing. That
I'm
is the
a doer.
key right there.
I'm a doer.
Doing, no more reaching, doing, listening. Great to continue to do that a little portion of your day, but you have to take action at least in one thing, because the task that you do today is one less task that will be closer to your goal. So there you go.
I think that's wonderful.
I
I
think
do.
so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the takeaway for today, besides take one small little step,
You tell me, what's the takeaway today?
that don't let your fear stop you. Think about your time wisely and how you're spending it. And Just take one small step.
That is a great summary of today's lesson. I
Yeah.
agree.
All right. That's our life in a nutshell.
That is our life in a nutshell. See you next week, Heidi.
Sounds good, friend. Aloha.
Aloha.